Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1 year ago,
1 year ago,
I introduced my father
I introduced my father
when he declared his
when he declared
candidacy.
his candidacy
In his own way
in his own way
and through his own
and through his own sheer force of will.
he sacrificed great
He sacrificed greatly
to enter the political arena
as an outsider.
And he prevailed against a field
of
16 very talented
16 very talented
competitors. For more than a year, Donald Trump has been the people's
champion.
And tonight, he is the people's nominee. Like many of my fellow
millennials,
I
do not consider myself
categorically
Republican or Democrat. More than party affiliation, I vote based on what I believe is right for my family, and for my country.
Sometimes it's a tough
choice.
That is not the case.
That is not the case
This
time.
As the
proud
daughter
of your nominee,
I am
here to tell you
that this is the
moment, and Donald Trump
is the
person to make
America great again.
America great again. Real change,
the kind
we have not
seen
in decades,
is only
going to come from outside
the system.
And it is only going to come from a man who spent his entire life doing what others said
could not be done.
My
father is a fighter.
My father is a fighter.
When the primaries got
tough,
and they were tough, he did
He did what
any great leader does. He dug deeper, worked harder, got better, and
became stronger.
I have seen him fight for his family.
For his family.
I have seen him
fight for his employees. I have seen him fight for his company.
And now
I am seeing him fight for our country. It's been the story
of his life.
It's been the stories of his life.
And more recently, the spirit of his campaign.
The spirit of his campaign.
It's also a
It's also a prelude to reaching the goal that unites us all.
When this party,
when this body,
and better still, this country knows what it is like to win
knows what is like to win again, knows what it is like to win again, and better still, this country knows what is like to win again. If it's possible to be famous and yet not
really well known,
really well done,
that describes
the father who raised me.
In the same office
in Trump Tower, where we now work together.
I remember
playing on the floor by my father's desk. I remember playing on the floor by my father's desk.
Constructing miniature
buildings with Legos and erector sets,
while he did the
same with concrete, steel and glass, steel and glass.
My father taught my siblings and me the importance
of positive values and a strong ethical compass.
Showed us how to be
You showed us how to be resilient,
how to deal with
challenges, and how to strive for excellence in all that we do. He taught us that there's nothing then we cannot accomplishment. If we marry visions and passion with an enduring work ethic.
One of my father's great
talents is the ability
to see potential people before they see it in themselves. It was like that for us.
It was like that for us to growing up.
He taught us
that potential vanishes into nothing without effort.
And that like
him, we each had a responsibility
to work not
just
for ourselves,
but for
the betterment,
but for the betterment
of the
world around us. Over the years,
on too many occasions to count, I saw my father
tell stories out of the newspaper
about people whom he had never
had never met,
who were facing
who were facing some injustice
or hardship.
He'd
write a note
He to write a note to his
assistant, black felt
in a signature black felt tip pen,
and requested
that
person be found
the person be found
invited to Trump
Tower to meet with him.
He would talk to them and then draw upon
his extensive network
to find them a job or get them a break. And they would leave his office,
and they would leave his office as people so often do after having been with Donald Trump, feeling that life could be great again. Throughout my entire life, I have witnessed his empathy and generosity towards others, especially those who are suffering, towards others, especially those who are suffering.
It is just his way of being.
It is just his way of being
in your corner.
It is just his way of being in your corner
when you're down. My father not only has the strength and
ability necessary. My father not only has the strength and ability necessary to be our next president,
but also the kindness and compassion that will enable him to be the leader
that this country needs.
My father has a sense
of fairness that touches every conviction he's held. I worked alongside of him for now more than
a
decade now
at
the Trump organization.
And
I've seen how he operates as a leader, making important decisions that shapes careers and that change lives.
I've learned a lot about
the world from working construction jobs by his side.
When run
properly,
construction sites are true meritocracies.
Construction sites are true meritocracy.
Competence in the building trades is easy to spot. And
incompetence
is impossible
to hide.
These sites are also incredible melting pots,
gathering people from all walks of life and uniting them
to work towards a
single mission.
There have always been
men of all background and ethnicities
on my father's
job sites.
And long before
it was commonplace.
You also saw women. My father values talent.
My father values talent.
He recognizes
real
knowledge and skill when
he recognizes real knowledge and skill when he finds it.
He is colorblind.
He is colorblind
and
gender
neutral.
He hires the best person for the job. Period. Words and promises.
No matter how visionary
they sound will only get you so far.
In our business, you're not a builder.
You are not a builder
unless you've got
a building to show for it.
Or in my
father's case, city skylines.
Most people strive
their entire lives to achieve great success in a single industry.
My father has succeeded
in many on the
highest level and on a global scale. One of the reasons he
has tried as an entrepreneur is because he listens to everyone. Billionaire executives don't usually ask the people doing the work for their opinion of the work.
My father is an exception.
My father is an exception. On every one of his projects. On every one of his projects,
you'll see him
talking to the super,
the painter,
the engineers, the electricians. He'll ask them for their feedback. If they think something should be done differently
or
could be done better. When Donald Trump is
in charge, all that counts is ability, effort, and excellence. This has long been the philosophy at the Trump organization. At my father's
company,
there are more female
than male executives.
Women are paid equally
for the work
that we do.
And when a woman becomes a mother, she is supported, not shut out. Women represent 46% of the total U.S. labor force. And 40% of American households have female primary breadwinners.